If you came to this adaptation looking for Wang Miao, you figured out within 10 minutes that the novel's central protagonist does not exist. The show erases him entirely, choosing instead to slice up his creeping insanity and hand the pieces to 5 attractive millennials drinking in British pubs. The source material became a phenomenon because it built an agonizing mystery out of hard science and cosmic dread. The screen version wants to keep that massive scale, but it also demands an emotional anchor. That requires tearing the original plot down to the studs. We are going to walk through every major change, one by one, and look at how they rebuilt it. Liu Cixin did not write a character drama. He wrote a 300-page panic attack about orbital mechanics and the Fermi paradox. The original novel works because it treats fundamental physics as an existential threat, isolating its protagonist in a world where the laws of the universe are suddenly breaking down. Fans of the book expected a cold, methodical slow burn, a story where the horror comes not from monsters, but from math. The screen adaptation knows exactly when to rip straight from the page. The harrowing 1966 struggle session where Yu Tai is beaten to death in front of his daughter is recreated with brutal, unflinching accuracy. That trauma leads directly to the Red Coast base, where Commissar Lei and Yang Weining hand UNJ the exact same bleak ultimatum: lifetime service to a top-secret facility, or a prison cell. The show also nails the cosmic dread of the winking universe, letting Solderon decode the flickering cosmic microwave background at midnight, perfectly mirroring the novel's most overwhelming display of alien power. The novel's sole modern-day protagonist, Wang Miao, is completely excised and replaced by the Oxford Five. Instead of one lonely nanomaterials researcher in Beijing slowly losing his grip on reality, we get a tight-knit London friend group dividing his narrative functions. Augie gets the retinal countdown and successfully slices a synthetic diamond with her nanofibers before shutting down her lab. Jin takes over the mysterious VR game, while Will Downing's terminal cancer revealed to Jack anchors the emotional stakes. The trade-off is accessibility for philosophical depth. By cutting Ding Yi's brilliant pool table metaphor and replacing Yang Dong's specific despair over the death of physics with Vera Yu's suicide, the show loses the grounded, scientific terror that defined the book's first act. Yu Wenjie's timeline is significantly reordered, placing her meetings with environmentalist Mike Evans and her father's unrepentant murderer before she receives the alien warning. In the novel, Yi presses the button to invite the Trisolarans out of a cold, abstract misanthropy, only confronting the unrepentant Red Guard years after the fact. The screen version makes those encounters the direct psychological catalyst for her betrayal. She watches humanity refuse to take accountability and immediately decides we are beyond saving. It transforms her choice from a philosophical judgment on the human species into a direct, traumatized reaction to the people who destroyed her life. The primary setting of the modern-day investigation is shifted from Beijing to London. Instead of a deep dive into the Chinese scientific community, the global crisis is centralized around a Western academic hub. Detective Clarence still acts as the grounded investigator, but now he tracks down an international cast of millennial scientists across British pubs and Oxford laboratories. This globalizes the immediate stakes, but strips away the specific bureaucratic paranoia and cultural texture of the novel's modern timeline. The show takes chapters 4 through 15 of the novel and deals them out like playing cards. By splitting Wang Miao's solitary investigation across the Oxford Five, the screen version turns a sequential mystery into a simultaneous group crisis. Augie is hallucinating the countdown at the exact same time Jin is dying in the VR game, and Saul is watching the sky flash. This drastically accelerates the pacing. The novel forces you to sit in the quiet, mounting dread of one man realizing the universe is broken. The show weaponizes that dread, turning it into a fast-paced ensemble thriller where the characters constantly bounce their panic off each other. Netflix traded the cold, terrifying isolation of hard science for the warmth of a character drama. The screen adaptation gains emotional momentum and interpersonal stakes by making the end of the world a shared experience among friends. But it sacrifices the specific existential horror of Liu Cixin's work. The novel terrifies you by proving that human emotion is irrelevant in the face of cosmic sociology. The show insists that human emotion is the only thing that matters. Television cameras capture human faces, not abstract theorems. The adaptation trades the cold isolation of the original text for shared tragedy. You lose the terrifying scale of a silent universe. You gain a story about flawed people facing an impossible deadline. The book asks if our species deserves a future. The show asks if we possess the basic cohesion to earn one. If this one landed, the channel ships a seasoned book versus screen breakdown every couple weeks. Subscribe so the algorithm stops hiding them from you. Drop a comment below. Which change from the 3 body problem hurt the most, and which one actually improved the story?